fellow YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. Today's episode, we've got a big game against Villarreal in the league, followed by Rangers in the Europa League. And of course, we're going to be recapping how the new 4-1-2-1-2 has gone since we last saw us in the previous episode. I also like to say thank you yet again for the support on the channel, and if you are new around here, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Links are down below to follow me on Twitch, but most importantly, give it a like, put a comment in the description down below or in the comment section, so it helps out the videos massively reach new viewers. In saying all of that, we have got Villarreal, who are not having their best of year. If you have a look at the season predictions, etc., they predicted to finish right just behind us as well. We do have Bilbao coming up as a game, but I'm going to leave that for another game down the track where it might matter a little bit more, most notably, end of the season. So, with that being said, we've gone to go Villarreal before we do play Rangers. Now, the main reason we are here is to try and win the Europa League. We currently sit top, 5 games played, 5 wins, 15 points, 18 goal difference. In terms of a Europa League decision, it is a very good spot to be in, being, the top dog so far. Like, it's great. It's proven the point, but we have not played one of the big boys. We haven't played Sporting, we haven't played Chelsea, and Rangers, who are about to play in this episode, is one of the teams that we do have to watch out for, of course, as well, later in the competition. So that's going to be a proper true test if we are one of the creme de la creme in the Europa League, in the new league phase, Europa League system. With that being said as well, let's have a look how the 4-1-2-1-2 has been going on since we last met, which was, of course, us losing the Real Madrid, but having the 4-1-2-1-2 play since Mallorca. The improvement has been drastic. We beat Pamplona 3-0. We fully rotated against Osijek and we won. Sevilla was a difficult game. We drew 1-1 at home. But yet again, very even game. I will say Sevilla were the better side. They did score a penalty, which inflates the XG. We had more of the ball. It's one of those ones. It's one of those where there's positives and you can take the negatives whichever way you look at it. For me, I thought it was a very good point for us, and that's all that matters. We then beat Getafe 4-1. We played Ghent, and we did win 3-1. Atletico Madrid, another big game here in the league. Atletico Madrid, we went away, we led, we got about the 2-2, conceded in the 75th. To be fair, Atletico the better side, but we were solid yet again. Real Madrid, we showed promise. Atletico Madrid, we were solid. All these games are away from home. I would love to see what we do against them at home on our narrow system in the narrow stadium that we do have at Real Betis or Real Hippos. Lastly, we did play Almira. We've had a couple little injury knocks. We won 3-2. Most notably in this game that we were losing 1-0. We were drawing 2-2. I blasted the boys at halftime saying that it wasn't good enough. We won really late, and I said yet again, we've got to be better against the better sides if we're going to improve. 99% of the footballers, everybody bar one in the dressing room said, yeah, that's fine. Nabil Fekir was the one that kicked up. He's still complaining that he wants to leave for Champions League football. I ain't doing whatever. I'm just letting him do his thing. He's too good for me to drop. I've now promised to him that I will improve my people management skills, even though 99% of the population are happy with me. So hopefully that gets him on board. If not, so be it. And now, Villarreal having a poor year. Let's get into it. We're going to go full strength in this game, because we do have a 3-day break, and then I'm going to go full strength there against Rangers as well. The main reason, well, I can't really. William Jose is going to come in for Fekir, who picked up a knock. And I think Rubial's our best right back. And yeah, we're going to go like that. I'm going to go quite full strength. Because if we win this game, we're starting to get points away to that top half finish to, push for Europe. And I think if we finish top half, the board wouldn't sack me. And I don't want to have a sacking on my CV being in the Glory Hunter save. Now, Silver and goal has been I'm very tempted to start giving a couple of the youngsters some game time, but it is what it is. Rubial, Gabbia, Luis Felipe, look, they've been solid. I wouldn't say anything great. The one thing I will say is Mateo Gabbia is developing, which is a great thing for us. Luis Felipe's been here or there. He's been okay. Abda Vinicius, I've been very happy with, to be fair. He's been very good. Cavallo's been great. Arset, don't get me wrong, I'm so glad we have signed Donny van der Beek, but this guy is a creative god. 4 assists already, 7 in total, is nearly a new record for this football club, because apparently 10's the most in one season, which is set by Canals, who's been okay. He's starting to decline. Arsen's been hitting his straps. He's been really learning this role really, really well. I've just not been happy with his training ability, because he's been declining training-wise. But since moving into Shadow Striker, scored pretty much 6 of his 7 goals in the league through there. Borja and Iglesias. To be fair to William Jose, he actually plays okay when needed. Off the bench, averaging a 7. That's all I need from him as well. So that's the squad there in its entirety. It's not much change. to what you guys have seen. Let's see how the narrow system goes here against Villarreal as well. As you can have a look there, they're lining up in the 4-3-3. Still got Moreno. Danjuma is a great player. Hopefully he leaves the league at some point. But a bit of legless. You know, we played a league game only 3 days ago. A lot of guys a bit more tired. I think the longer this game goes, we're going to be okay. And this is the first time I've played against a 5 at the back in the 4-1-2-1-2 and against wingers with a 5 at the back system. So they might actually really outperform us out wide. But yeah. Look, we've been really good at home in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, as shown by that press conference there. We have a narrow stadium. I keep emphasising it. I do think it makes a lot of difference from what I've seen. When we play at home, we really play well in this 4-1-2-1-2. When we're away from home, it's solid. But teams that do have a bit of a wider pitch do drag us out of position sometimes. I think what I am going to do is in the big games away from home is play 4-3-3 and then play 4-1-2-1-2 every game at home, no matter what the situation is. Does depend though. We do play very well against sides that are weaker than us in the 4-1-2-1-2. So maybe in the Europa League, in the knockout stage, I still start 4-1-2-1-2, but I might switch 4-3-3. These games are really good to kind of gauge that. Anyway, first highlight here is Zakaria picks it up. Luis Felipe, poor ball, was never on, but DOPDA wins it back. Gabbia thumps one long. Borja might get on that. We're not known for really some long ball in this system. It's very vertical tiki-taka. Don't think he was onside. I don't see a linesman, which is odd on this pitch. It has been disallowed. Maybe the linesman's morphed into the advertising boardings, but I did not see one linesman to have a look at what he was doing there. Yeah, there's a linesman. Maybe it was out of shot. Just offside. Not known for our long ball specialties, so there you go. As you can say here, 20 minutes, 65% of the ball. They're only team having chances, so it's a pretty good start. I do like we start on positive instead of balance as well. And that's to kind of try and dominate from minute 1. "40 minutes played. No real highlight though. I'm going to be thrashing my arms and saying, come on guys, these will be a little bit better. "58 minutes played. Not really happening. I'm trying to think of how I would change this. I'm going to bring the 2 different wing backs on. The midfield's actually a little bit tired. Maybe we are just tired. Maybe this is just a tired performance. Don't really want to take Arsenal off in this game, but we do have a big game coming up as well. Rodri's going to go into that role. Can I just say Roberto's actually been developing really well as an under-19s player. Don't think he's good enough for this, but as an advanced playmaker on support, he does pick locks. I am actually going to move that to an advanced playmaker on support. And maybe move Borja into an advanced forward then, because we're not having the 10 coming through the middle, and let him sit last man. Think that's my changes. Also move us maybe to a little bit more in that. Slightly more narrow. And see if that's a change that works out well for us. Highlight here, Coquelin. This would be very much against the run of play, Villarreal find a goal. But it would sum up our away form at the minute, that we're just not good enough away. Headed away, Arset thumps, but it's only going to come as far as Pau Torres. Yeah, odd game. We've been really good, but with no cutting, with no goals. Gabbia gets that away. Arguably could have been a penalty. Referees said nothing untoward. We give him straight back the ball anyway. Feel like we're about to concede, ladies and gentlemen, because this highlight's gone on for so long. Good ball in, cleared away again. Back to him again. We can't win a ball. Hit into the bar and over. I'm going to move us to attacking. I know that was one moment of them domination, but that is their first 2 shots have come in that highlight of this match. Arset whips one back stick. Gabbia heads. William Jose heads into the bar. Is he onside? I think he is. I think he's found a goal. With that being said, because I think that's a goal, positive, and back into that. Thank you very much. And with that too, wing back on support, we'll wing back on support. I think, don't overcommit. We don't need to get hit on the break. They're going to come out a little bit harder against us now. Wing back on support, wing back on support. Keep dominating the game with the ball. Goal is given. He looked onside. Yes, of course I do. I just did it for a whole reason. Here we are. Arset with a ball back stick. Smart header back across the goal from Gabbia, and Jose onside by a mile. Tried his best to miss. Thankfully, he scored. 75 minutes played. We lead 1-0. Ripoli, the youngster, backs the ball for Gabia. He heads just over. Would have been superb. Time ticking away. We've dominated the game. They're looking a little bit legless at the back. They do have some quicker players up top now. And brothers in the hole as well. And this is the highlight. Get through this highlight. You feel like we're okay. Headed. Arset. Touches back to Miranda. Rodri. William Jose now. Forced wide. Rather him stay a bit more centrally. He's in that complete forward role though. Ripoli, this 19-year-old, made a run. Or the 17-year-old, I should say. Alberto Moreno down the other end now. Going on the break. Samuel. Alberto Moreno. Picked off by Gabia. Superb defending. Goes all the way back to the keeper. That's fine. Out the other side is on. William Carvalho can pick a spot. Arset's good with the ball. Jose dropping in that Fekir role, which is fine. Borgia's there. We've got the youngster inside. Instead, Borgia went for goal. We should have played Ripoli, the youngster. And the 17-year-old would have had a chance to score his first goal. But as things stands, a very, very professional display. A 1-0 win. 19 shots. 5 on target. Yet again, conversion of chances and getting shots on target. Not good enough. But 59% possession. Great pass completion. And domination against a side that I think we're better than. And that just shows to me, in the Europa League, away from home, I will play 4-1-2-1-2 if I think we're the better side. If I think it's a more even game, 4-3-3 because it's more defensively solid. I think that was very, very good, boys. Very happy with the way you guys played. Puts us a few points behind the top 6, I do believe. And we are 1 point behind the top 6, but they both have games in hand. Atletico Bilbao on that as well. But look, very happy with that. Thought we played very well. See these guys for Rangers, who's in charge. Their manager's Graham Potter. How the mighty have fallen. But yeah, look, Rangers, one of the bigger games in the Europa League group phase. Win this one here. We're finishing in the 8. Let's see what we can do. 4 days later, Rangers, Graham Potter's men. We are at home at the Estadio Benito. And let's see what we can do. Team is in very good shape. Pretty much the same time, same side, but with Nabil Fekir coming in. Outside of that, we're looking very good. Please note, Donny van der Beek still been on loan with us, and he's been made available for the B team, and I think he's going to be fantastic as a footballer, as you can see here, because he's been on loan with us and getting match fit. They reckon his best role is box to box. I think that's a very good signing. Second thing that I am going to say as well is we have got the draw of the first round in the Spanish Cup. Forgot to mention it. We do have Caon, who are a Spanish Federation second group. This is their best player. I'm not giving you that as a YouTube game because, well, guess what? We should pump him easily. All right, let's get into this game here. Massive game. Let's see what we can do. Very, very similar side. At a stadium that we like. Rangers will have a good side, though, and have some players that we may look to use later in saves, though. If it's Graham Potter, I expect to see 5 at the back here, though. And that might make him hard to break down. Similar system to what we just played against, which is fine. Tavernier on one side and Yilmaz on the other, who's a very good player, is Ridvan Yilmaz, Turkish international. Alfredo Morales is fantastic up front. Do recommend if you can get him for one of your cheaper sides. It's fine. Ben Davies has quality, obviously, as well. Connor Goldstein, Mayo, Golini in net's a very good keeper. Dennis Pratt's a very good player too. You know, they're very, very, very good. You know, Marco is also very good. Livija. And then on the bench, you've got Todd Cantwell from Norwich. Yeah, it's a very good side. Glenn Kamara is another good player. I'm surprised he's not starting. Even Pasalac, right? You can see why he's a backup player. He's not as good as he used to be on other FMs. But yeah, look, very good side. Very solid and definitely one of the tougher teams in the Europa League for sure. But at home, I do expect to beat them. Without further ado, we're going to be in the green and the white. They're going to be in the Rangers blue. Let's get into it, and away we go. If you have enjoyed the episode, give it a like. Do let me know in the comment section where you think we'll finish in the Europa League, of course, as well. Would probably, look, at home expect to win, but I would take a point because they're just such a big side in the Europa League. Basically, a point here nearly seal a top 8 finish. And that's all that matters. So they're seeded for that round of 16 draw. And he had 35 minutes played, no highlights. And to be fair to Rangers, they've actually played very well in the break, which, you know, it's Graham Potter. He plays expansive football, but it is 5 at the back on FM, so they do play on the break a lot as well. Fekir will keep that in. Good touch. He's got to go for goal, isn't he? And he does. And in the end, fools the Golini inside the 6-yard box at the second attempt. Highlight still going though. Connor Goldstein, Ben Davies. They build out there to Melling. Good press from us, and we do force them long. Gabia does win. Arset, good touch. Arson, great ball through. Fakir wants it, and straight at Golini. He's very good as a creator, but as a natural finisher, don't like what how Fakir finishes, which is odd because he's very good technically. I do think it's a lot to do with him being very unhappy here at the football club, is weighing a lot on his form. However, big chance missed. We should have been 1-0 up. It's 0-0 at half-time. I'm going to tell him it was not particularly great, to be fair. Pasalac has come on for Taverner very early. His lack of technicals is probably a good thing. And here comes the Rangers press as they come to eat on top of my defenders. And Gabia now has got 2 midfielders to find. Arset's one, finds Canals, and that's how easy it can be to play out. Fakir's in a great spot. Gets there, beats the keeper to it, and we lead 1-0. Fakir with a finish. Maybe he heard me. That's how easy it can be against sides, especially when we outnumber the midfield. One ball vertical tiki-taka, look up, and Fakir's first movement as he dropped into halfway, realised Canels picked it up, realised Connor Goldstein stepped, so maybe I'll spin out. And that's the thing, having a really smart technical player makes a lot of difference. And look, to be fair, at one point I thought he was trying to leave it for whatever reason. Eventually got there first. Great finish, great goal. And we have a deserved lead, I feel, here at home. Melling, Liviger, Raskin. I wonder if that's the actual Raskin that's got like 15 million positions that he can play. I'll have a look at that afterwards. Melling, Mayo. Nearly got picked off by Rubial. Anyway, Mayo again. Arsene Sakaria wins it. Fakir's in the right area. Just left it just a touch too long or else we're in there. Abda Vinicius now. Back to Luis Felipe. Abda now needs an option here. Being pressed quite well actually here by Rangers, but Canels drops in. Fakir dropping into that space as well. Great ball to Borja. That's where we like Fakir. Poor finish, should have been cross keeper. But Fakir dropping in, providing that option from that third line. If the defensive line's the first, the middle line's the second, and that third line, the final line, dropping in from deep, stretching the game vertically, and then dropping in. Perfect. Exactly what we want to see. Creating that space. And having the present mind, I went to know to spin out and get in behind as well, which was great for the goal. Time ticking away here, 70 minutes played, we do lead 1-0. I'm going to have a quick look at Raskin. It's not the Raskin I thought it was, it's Nicholas Raskin. And Abda Vinicius looking a little bit tired. Miranda's going to come in, more notably. Got to put him as a wing-back on support, not overcommit him, but Rubial's having a good game, so I'm going to leave him out there. Canals as well is going to come out for Rodri, he's a very good player. Asta's had a pretty good game. Danny Perez could come in there. I'm actually going to move Edgar in because Edgar's a very good ball-winning midfielder. I'm going to get him in as such. And I'm actually going to get William Carvalho to sit in here as a bit of a Carrillo, shuttering between space. 70 minutes played. A slightly more defensive change there, of course, as well. See if we can hold on now. 85 minutes. Time ticking away. I am going to make time-wasting change here for Borja, for William Jose to help in the press. And then I'm going to make one last change in the 91st minute to waste time here too. I don't want to try to change the tactics because we've dominated quite a fair bit here second half. But now I'm going to make this one last change here. They give a highlight now, it's because I'm a spud, but let's just get Rapoli in. And we should make that one last change when the ball goes out of play. And there we go, boys. 2-1-0 wins. I know it wasn't delightfully... oh my God, here's a million goals for you, and we have been scoring goals of late, but you got some good breakdown of analysis of this 4-1-2-1-2 again. This goal here was superb. It was perfect. Exactly what I wanted to show you about what we're trying to achieve. And on our very narrow system against wider sides, we carve them alive. And that was superb. We dominated a very good Ranger side at home. Maybe didn't have as much of the ball, but it's a Graham Potter side, has to be said. And look, very happy with how that's gone. 2 wins in the episode. We remain top after 6 games. We can fully rotate in any of the Conference League games moving forward now. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'll see you next time for another episode here in Glory Hunter. I know he said at the start of the season, was it a mistake moving here? To play our usual system, yeah, maybe. But now that we found a tactic and we found a 4-1-2-1-2 that they're learning in, and we are making some money throughout the season, I think we might be okay. and maybe we can make a massive challenge in the the Europa League, and finish in the Conference League plus as well.